Oh, I actually find myself with so much to talk about in these videos since that I've had that break in recording that I actually keep forgetting what I was going to type in. Did he just throw his dinner on the floor so he could complain about being hungry? Oh my god, Bert. What the... Not great in the old brain department, is he? Oh, the ghosts are all taking baths. We're using up our precious bathrooms. They're rare resources. It's almost Bert's birthday. Oh no, what? She's fainting now. Why is she fainting? Oh, that was someone else. That was Bumblebee, was it? Oh no, Bentley. Of course it's Bentley. Bentley faints and the ghost faints. Maybe he should have married that Allison woman. They seem to get along quite well. Like, they're very similar. Okay, just get to work. I wish my work was sitting around in my underpants on a computer. Just at home. I'd love to work from home, because you could do things in work that, you know, don't negatively affect your productivity that much. Like, you still get work done, but that you wouldn't get away with in actual work. Like, having the TV on in the background. I would love to have the TV on. Just so, like, when there's a lull, I have something to measure time against. But I find that's the worst in work, when, you know, you're working really, really hard, and then you finish a job, and then you have to wait for your next job. There's kind of a slowdown in between, and it can just, like, pass so slowly. Although, actually, it's not very pleasant when time passes really quickly in work, and you're working on something that has a very short deadline. Double-edged sword, I guess. What does he want? Learn the mixology skill. You want to give up his lucrative author career to become a bartender? Or does he want to just become an alcoholic author? Because there's quite a few of them. And they seem to write good books. I think Stephen King is an alcoholic. I'm not sure. I seem to remember hearing something about that. I know he was hit by a car once because he wouldn't shut up about it in the Dark Tower books. Like, literally, not just in his, like, preamble or, you know, his about the author section. He actually works it into the story where he can talk about that time he was hit by a car. Just like... Okay, Stephen, okay, we get it. You were hit by a car, it was very traumatic. You nearly died. But this is a fantasy novel, so you're going to have to get back to the fantasy stuff. I do really like the Dark Tower books. Well, I think up to the fourth one, they kind of got better with every book, and then from the fifth onwards, they kind of get a little bit worse. Again, I'm talking about something none of you probably know about. I don't know, I don't think it matters. I'm just really making noise over videos of The Sims. I wonder if I just suddenly switched language one video, would people notice, or like, how would everyone react? Just be like, what? Why the hell is this one in French or something? Or, well, I don't speak French, so that would be very hard for me to do. I know very little French. I just feel like, Sacre bleu, till the France. Ah. I speak a bit of German. I'd be like, I am ich Beck. Ich mag, I am ich Beck. Denken Sie an das Eichhörnchen. Ich habe zwei Taschenrechner. There you go. I don't know. People, non-German speakers who heard that are probably just like confused, and German speakers who heard that are probably even more confused. Ich habe mein Hausaufgaben vergessen. I don't know why I do that robot voice for the German accent. I think it's because I just, you know, somehow think I'm the Terminator when I do it. Even though Arnold Schwarzenegger is Austrian, not German. He probably would get really offended if anyone referred to him as being German, because I know that's how it works. It's like if an Irish person is referred to as British, or a Canadian person is referred to as American. It's one of these things. If you live next to a bigger country and that's more well known than your own, and you get referred to as being from there, it's somehow like the worst insult you can imagine. I mean, okay, personally not for me. I think it's probably an easy mistake. I think, you know, people should like know their geography and all that, but it's not the end of the world. But for a lot of people, it's just like, how dare you? I don't know why I actually said the how dare you in an English accent now, because that would just confuse them further. They'd just be like, but what? But you have the accent. Like, I don't know, fiddle tee tee, how dare ya? That's like the Irish equivalent. Here I am, an Irish person doing a fake Irish accent when I'm rather than my own real Irish accent. No. Actually, I think I can answer some like viewer questions as I'm playing, because one of them I saw left in my comments recently is someone actually asked me if I have a moustache, because apparently I sound like a man with a moustache. I just have to say to you, I don't remember your name, sorry. I'll look it up, I guess. Yeah, I'll look up the question and read it out, and then give you an answer. I'm not sure where it is. Okay, sorry. Sorry if I'm being quiet here. I'm just quickly searching through my mails. Let's see. God, I can't find this. Oh, it was from Alicia07. Was she the one who just sent me a gift? Okay, well, she asked a question anyway. I think maybe I only have one fan and she just has like 107 YouTube accounts. That would be a little weird. Yeah. Connor, do you have a mustache? I imagine you with a mustache. Well, Alicia07, the answer is no, I do not have a mustache. Not because I dislike mustaches, but because, you see, I grew up being told every day of my life, wow, Connor, you look exactly like your dad, except he has a mustache. So I think it would be unfair if I grew a moustache, because people wouldn't be able to tell me and my dad apart. It'd just be like... They'd just be like, oh my god, what's going on? I'm seeing double, 2 Connors. Or 2 Paddies, because that's his name. They just wouldn't understand what's going on. It's just, it's nicer to people that I don't have a moustache. I did briefly have a beard for a while, back in 2005-ish, 2006 maybe, and the reason for that was I was actually in a play in college. We were putting on like Robin Hood. It was a hilarious play. Brilliant. But I was playing Friar Tuck, and apparently Friar Tuck needs a big bushy beard. So I grew a big bushy beard for it. It wasn't very nice. It's like having pubic hair on your face all the time. It's just... it's itchy and weird. But anyway... yeah, that might be a little too graphic to put in the commentary for a Sims video. Oh well, it's biological, it's anatomy. Everyone knows there's hair there. But, yeah, it wasn't nice. So I shaved it off. But, well, I wanted to shave it off after Robin Hood. But I also had a part in The Merchant of Venice a couple of weeks afterwards, playing the Prince of Aragon, who is a guy who shows up. You know, okay, summary of The Merchant of Venice. There's this guy, and he's trying to get a husband for his daughter, but rather than, you know, have her go out on a few dates and meet people or whatever, send her off to a singles night or anything, he decides that the best way to do it is to put out an invitation to a bunch of people to come over, and then he gives them 3 boxes, gold, silver and bronze, and if they pick the right one, they marry his daughter, and that's it. And I played the Prince of Aragon, and he shows up and he picks the silver chest, and it's wrong, and, you know, he loses his temper and storms off because he doesn't get to marry the woman. But to be honest, I think silver is what I would have chosen in real life. I mean, I don't think I'm very like the character, the Prince of Aragon. I'm not a prince. I was asked to play him really pervy as well. So I did that. And I think I legitimately scared a lot of the other actors. I made myself throw up a little bit in my portrayal. But, yeah, I would have picked silver. Because you go in, you don't want to pick the bronze box. I mean, no one's going to say their daughter is a bronze box. I mean, that's just stupid. She wouldn't like that. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe if she's very chunky and has a lot of fake tan on, she could be a bronze box. But I don't think you'd want to point it out to her. She probably wouldn't enjoy that. So then, you know, you think gold, and you're like, no. Gold is the obvious one. You know, if you're asking people, hey, which box do you think my daughter is? They said, and, you know, they think you're trying to catch them out, because you are trying to weed out people. Then you don't make her the gold box. Everyone's going to pick gold. You pick silver, because silver is the in-between box. It's like, it's not worthless. It's, you know, fancy, it's shiny and everything. But at the same time, it's not garishly obvious. I think, you know, it would have made a lot more sense for it to be the silver box. But no, it was apparently the gold one. So, yeah, some other prince picked it. Or I don't think he was even a prince. I think it was it Antonio is his name, or Bassanio? It was one of them. Or it could have been a third character who is friends with Antonio and Bassanio. Is Bassanio in The Merchant of Venice, or am I mixing it up with another? Why am I saying Merchant of Venice? Oh, because it is The Merchant of Venice I'm talking about. Yeah, sorry. I forgot the name of the play for a split second. But yeah, is Bassanio in The Merchant of Venice? I can't remember. My Shakespeare knowledge has faded a little bit. I used to actually know a load of weird little facts, because I have this board game called Shakespeare, the Bard Game, which is a brilliant pun, and part of the reason why I got it. But I have that board game, and it's like a Shakespeare trivia board game. It's actually brilliant. It's great fun. Like, basically, it's a bit like Monopoly, only you're putting on plays and answering Shakespeare trivia questions. Good fun for all the family. Oh, and you can perform Shakespeare to get money in it and everything. It's great. So to answer your question, no, I don't have a moustache. Let's see if I have any other questions here I can answer from someone else. Okay, no, that's the same person. Let's see who this is. Okay. This isn't strictly a question, but an email from someone called Peter Carl 30, and he has a few things to say. Remember when you made that music room with the stage? You added a different wall to the black and white bathroom and forgot to paint it. Yeah, a few people have pointed that out in my videos, but I didn't see any of the comments until after I'd already fixed it, so... Oh, well, I did fix it, didn't I? I better double check that. Yeah, phew, I did. Yeah, because someone got an incomplete room moodlet in there or something. He says you should experiment with the genie. If you click on her with her self interaction, she can make perfect quality food or clean the house entirely. Oh wow, she's dead now, but hang on. Get off there, Bumblebee. It's almost all the Bert's birthdays. Can he do that? Can he make perfect quality food? No, okay. I've missed that opportunity. Sorry, Peter Carl, 30. I wonder, is that a YouTube account shared by two people who are named Peter and Carl and are both 30? That's what I imagine it as, and the questions are like alternatingly from them, like the first one's from Peter, the second one's from Carl. I also imagine, I think it's because of the previous moustache question, I imagine them with moustaches now. Maybe one has a big moustache and one has like mutton chops or something. Like, what? No, big moustache is mutton chops, isn't it? Well, one of them has like a big mutton choppy moustache, like a big Super Mario thing, and the other one just has a little chin beard, and they're both like two fairly chunky guys wearing stripy overalls, like weightlifters from old-timey circuses or something. That's what I picture you as, Peter Carl 30. Next question. This is less important since Bob is long dead, but for your information, there's a lifetime reward for 10,000 called Multitasker. Yeah, I discovered that one as well. Far too late, unfortunately. That would have saved Bomb a lot of trouble. And what's his fourth thing? You should turn opportunities off. Why aren't you doing it? Again, I've done it, but... Oh. It's funny because it's been months since this guy sent the email when you're watching this video, and it's been months since I made the videos that he like is addressing questions about. It's like communicating in the old timey days using, I don't know, blackboards strapped to pigeons to write to each other. Oh, and finally a question. Are you planning to end the legacy when the 10th generation is born, or do you plan to play until the 10th generation dies? Well, my plan is, following the Legacy Challenge rules, which I looked up, to play until the 10th generation is born. But afterwards, who knows what will happen. I might do different videos. We'll see, anyway. So thank you for your questions, Peter Carl 30. I like doing that little section there, actually. So I kind of want to ask people to send me in questions to answer in my next few videos, but I'll probably have finished playing the Legacy Challenge by the time you see this one, so there's not really much point. So, yeah. Oh well, I can go back through. I'm sure there's a backlog in YouTube comments. If anyone accidentally happens to ask me a question, you can catch the answers right here. Same bat time, same bat channel.